I think that's our answer. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Surviving the Suburbs. I've got a new tool today I wanted to review with you guys. It's a Greenworks tool. This is going to be the 80-volt blade edger that I'm going to be using for my front yard. I've been using string trimmer and it works fine, but it's a lot more effort to get that straight line, making sure you don't cut into the bed, to the grass. So I decided to upgrade, get a blade trimmer, blade edger that makes it a little bit easier. You just got to roll the thing down the sidewalk, gives you a straight line every time. So I'm hoping that this thing cuts time and makes it more effortless to complete that task. So without further ado, let me open up the box, show you guys what I've got, and then let's see if it requires any assembly or anything like that. I'm hoping not. I mean, it's a blade edger, so let's see what we got. All right, guys, so like I mentioned, this is Greenworks. It is an 8-inch brushless edger. So this is going to go into the ground at a depth of about 8 inches, but 80 volt, as I mentioned. So the crazy part about this is that I've got the first generation batteries for my Greenworks products. So the tricky part is going to be seeing if my older batteries work with these newer generation tools, because it's possible they might have reconfigured things, and so my old batteries won't work with the new stuff, which would suck. But I've already cut the tape on the ends of here, so we should just be able to open it up. I have not opened it up yet, but let's see what we got. All right, and there she is. All right, guys, so this is it. It looks like it's already pre-assembled, aside from this handle here. I'm thinking that's it. So it looks like this is the Allen wrench we're going to use to put that on. We might have more than one thing to do. But, let's open up this box and see how big this is. All right, guys, so I've been able to pull everything out of the box. Literally, this thing is practically assembled for you already. So you can see here, this is what you're buying, really. You're getting this blade that is going to make your edging a whole lot sharper with very little effort. It's got a wheel on it. That is kind of just to make the process a little bit easier. You just set the wheel on the sidewalk and you just walk this thing down and let it do the work for you. So, and it's got a cover here. This cover is it's a little bit bigger than I would have liked it to be, but I mean, I think that's, you know, some people are going to like that. But it's essentially to, you know, as you cut into the grass or as you make your edge, I should say, this is, as this blade spins, it's going to kick dirt and rock and everything upwards as it spins. So this covering is to kind of protect you and maybe your cars that's nearby from getting the brunt force of that. And it's got a flap down here also that should be doing the same for you. All right, so 80 volt, yada yada yada. This looks about normal in here, so we'll see. We'll see if everything works the way it should work. It looks like we just have to put this handle on, which I'm assuming is a pretty simple thing to do. So let's go ahead and knock that out. And then we're going to put this together, and then we're going to put it to the test. We're going to see how things look outside, and get some before and after shots. All right. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and put this this handle on, and it looks pretty simple to do. All we've got to do is use this Allen wrench that I pulled out. You're really just loosening up these 4 attachments here, and this bottom section will fall out. And then all you got to do really is just position it to wherever you would like it to be on the length of this blade edger. You put it on, then you reattach the bottom, and then you just screw it back together, and then that's it. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think the only other thing we have to do afterwards is to adjust the depth of the blade. So what I mean by that is this blade can go up to 8 inches deep into the ground, and that's more so like if you're digging a trench or something like that. But for edging, I mean, you do want it to be, you have a nice line when you use it, but it won't be 8 inches deep. But in order to do that, you're really using this wheel as that kind of focal point. And I think, as you can see here, this wheel, here you go. This wheel can go up and down within this section right here. So boom, you see this right here? You loosen this, and as you do that, it loosens the wheel so that it can be adjusted also. So here we go. All right, so I was in the wrong section, but the wheel shifts in this section, not this section. So as you can see here, it's moving back and forth. I can move it down, up, back down again. So hope you guys can see that. But as you move it down or up, it adjusts how deep this blade will go into the ground. So I don't know just how deep I want it to go yet. You kind of have to test it on your property until you get it the right length that you're looking for. But I'll take it outside and I'll play with it a little bit, and then we'll see where I land, and then I'll let you guys know. I mean, everyone's gonna be different, but who knows, maybe most people are the same. One other thing I wanted to mention was whenever it gets to the point where you need to change this blade out, because that will happen occasionally. You're gonna have to switch this out. It'll start to get dull, but they give us some tools here, and it looks like all you have to do is remove this bolt here. This looks like a washer up under it, and in this bag, look what is a perfect fit. You just put this on here. You're going to need to hold the other end, but you're basically just using this and turning this off like that, and then this will come off. You'll get a new blade. You could probably get them from Lowe's or something like that. I don't think you need to use a Greenworks blade unless it's cheaper or the same price. Any blade will do really, as long as it fits. Just keep in mind that this is probably a standard size blade, 7.5 to 8 inches. So you're going to want to make sure you just get a blade of the similar size, and then you just, same process. You just use this tool right here, put it back on, tighten it down, and you're all good to go. All right, so let's go cut some grass and see what this looks like. Okay, so now that we've got the grass cut, this is really the moment of truth right here. We want to know, will an old battery from the first generation of the Greenworks products work inside of the new second generation of their products? The fitment looks like it's still going to be okay, but it's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So I'm going to slide this in. It goes in just all right, and let's see if it works. I think that's our answer. So that's good news. We've been able to confirm that the first generation battery will still work in this, which is huge because the batteries are the most expensive part when using these electronic tools. So That's pretty awesome. So I've got 2 batteries in the house, so that just makes this a whole lot more easier to handle. One thing I'll note is that I'm using the smaller battery, and I think that's going to be the way to go, because the bigger the battery, the heavier this gets. So for example, in the leaf blower backpack, I've got or should I say the backpack leaf blower, I've got the larger battery here, 4A, 4 amps, I forget which one, 4 or 5, and then this one is the smaller one, which is like half of the power. So this one over here is like half the power. So if I were to put this bigger battery in, if I were to put this big battery in, then it'll be significantly more heavier than me continuing to use the smaller battery. So as you can imagine, there's going to be some weight difference there between using the two. So just like when I use the string trimmer, I prefer to use the smaller one because it makes the actual tool itself much lighter to handle. And so likewise, clearly going to want to use this one. Now if I run out of power because I didn't charge or whatever, and I need to switch to the larger one, that's the least of my problems, as opposed to not having another battery to use at all. So clearly I'd use the bigger one if the situation forced me to do so, but otherwise I prefer to use the smaller one. It's the same amount of power, it's just longevity in the battery capacity. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Let's see how well this blade edger will work. I'm pretty excited that I can use the same battery, so that saves me a ton of money. But let's go ahead and put this to the test and see if it cuts good. Alright guys, I just got done edging up the lawn using the new edger from Greenworks. I think it went pretty well. Take a look at the blade after I used it on the first run. This one got a little bit more use out of it because I tried to edge around the driveway also. So I'm hitting a lot of asphalt on there also, so it's sparking and doing things like that. You're also going to see that as you go up and down the sidewalk to edge your lines, your property. You're going to get some sparks in there. Anytime this blade hits the cement, it's gonna spark a bit, but it's normal. There's nothing to get spooked about when you're looking at that. But so let me show you guys what the results look like. So I think that it gave me some pretty good lines. Don't mind that right there. That's when I fried the grass using some Scott's weed and feed. So I'll post a tag about that if you haven't seen that video. I'm hoping that I keep watering it. I'll put some grass seed down and some topsoil, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully that grows back in. But I'll be sure to tag that video if you haven't seen that one yet. That was kind of interesting. But so as far as the lines go, I think the edger did exactly what I was looking for. It's just straight up and down. It's pretty clean, man, and it actually saved me a whole lot of time. It probably shaved off about 10 minutes from the whole job. And in the summer heat, 10 minutes is a long time. So everybody else's lawns vary, so your time difference could be a little bit different. But for me, holding that string trimmer up, and trying to keep it steady as I walk the lawn, and I actually go at a slower pace, so that's why I'm closer to more like 10 minutes rather than like 5 minutes. Simply because sometimes I make 2 different passes when I do this. So because I want to make sure that the lines are clean, and I want to make sure that I'm not moving too fast and the string trimmer doesn't catch onto the lawn and then, drive into the grass instead of staying on the sidewalk and not just, catching, and it'll just go in and then you bring it back. And then the next thing you know, you've got like a patch of grass missing right there. So this blade edger takes all of the hard work out of it. All you literally are doing is walking the grass, or I'm sorry, you're walking the sidewalk with this edger, and it's doing all the work for you. For me, the only drawback to it, and I had the same issue with the string trimmer. The only drawback that I had while using it was that it's not very long for me. I'm 6'1", so I'm pretty tall and I have longer arms. So having one that was a longer shaft for me to use would have been a lot easier. I have to like lean over to use it, make sure that I'm keeping it at a right angle. And just like a string trimmer, same issue. I have to lean over to use that. So for a shorter person, it's probably perfect. But me being taller, just out of convenience, if it was a little bit longer for me to use, then, that would have been nicer to have. But it's all good. It gets the job done. It shaved time off. With it going so much faster, I won't even notice the difference of being bent over to get this over with, or having more of a humpback trying to keep the wheels down and the blade down. I might not have that kind of an issue where I even notice it really. So just keep it moving. It's fast, it's quick, it's sharp. The blade does exactly what it's supposed to do. The tool does what it's supposed to do, and most importantly, I'm happy that I can use my battery from the first generation tool set, and not just having to go and buy a new battery that fits only for the second generation. So that was pretty awesome for me. But all in all, I think it did a great job. Let me show you guys this side. So still, again, clean lines all the way down until you get to my neighbor's yard, which is terrible. But that's not my problem. So all in all, man, I'm really happy with it. I think it's a good value, especially if you're looking for an alternative to string trimmers. You're still going to need that string trimmer for other things, but if you're just looking to get clean lines for your edging work, this is the way to go. All right, so now that we've got a chance to take a look at the work, I wanted to make sure that you guys were able to find out where to purchase the tool if you're interested. So currently, or I should say, I was able to purchase this tool through Amazon. I had been looking for a Greenworks edger for a long time. Over the past few months, or for however long they've had the attachment set where you can swap out a trimmer with an edger or any other tool in the 80-volt lineup. That has been the only way you could get an edger through Greenworks in order to do your lawn work. They never had a complete unit that was just a standalone edging unit like we've got now. So just by chance, I was happening to find this one while I was buying something else on Amazon, and I saw it. I didn't think it was the real deal, but then I was able to see here that it was sold by Greenworks, and it hit all the things I was looking for. So I thought, hey, might as well give it a try. It's free return if it doesn't work out. So I didn't really have too much to lose. But before I made the purchase, I wanted to look on the Greenworks website to see if this $200 price point was, overkill, or was I getting a deal out of it. So when you go to the Greenworks webpage, it was a little bit weird because I was able to go in here. I was able to shop by, voltage I want 80-volt trimmers or 80-volt edgers, and the only thing that they have on the website is a string trimmer. And I have this one. So actually I don't. This is the one that's attachment capable. So if you have the attachment capable, you can essentially use any gas powered edger or other attachments that they might use, and you can apply them to this Greenworks tool and it'll work just as fine. It has a universal attachment at the bottom that allows it to swap in and out. So that's awesome. However, I don't have that one. I've just got the fixed shaft that makes it a one tool unit. So that's all I can do. So I thought about selling that one or getting rid of it, and then purchasing this unit so that I can get the edging attachment. But I just never got around to it. It just seemed like because once you buy this tool that's attachment capable, you still have to then go and buy the attachment on top of that. So the Greenworks edging attachment is usually like $70. So I've seen that on this web page. It's like $70, which makes it it takes this up to a number that I wasn't really sure I wanted to spend. So, and then I had to get rid of the one that I already have. I wasn't going to keep two trimmers. So it was just something that I never really moved on. And I had just been looking for, the next best thing, which was, okay, when are they going to come out with an edger? And so it just so happened that they did now. However, lo and behold, it's not here. It's not on their webpage. But if I were to go, if I wanted to go back and I wanted to search under the 60 volts, string trimmer, edger, cordless stick edger, they have it in the 60 volt with the battery for $270. They also have it just a standalone tool only, so it doesn't include a battery, for $180. So they do have it on their website. It is a tool that they're selling now. And if you have a 60 volt, you might want to go ahead and jump on this while they still have them in stock. Actually, they're out of stock. So, so there you go. I mean, they don't last very long because I think people are looking for it. Some people aren't so comfortable using the attachment method, and some folks don't want to use the attachment method. They've got tools that they've already owned, and they just need an edger, and they're looking for Greenworks to be able to provide one. And so now they finally have, but it's going to sell out quick, and so they don't have it in the 80 volt. However, Amazon does, which I thought was kind of crazy. Nonetheless, it says it's the #1 new release. It's distributed by Greenworks. It's tool only, which is fine by me because I already had batteries. So that was, I saved money that way, not having to purchase one with batteries. And so comparing the 60 volt to this 80 volt, it looks like a $20 difference. And clearly you're paying extra for the additional power. But here it is, guys. It's a fairly new release. They clearly can't keep it in stock, on the website, but it is here. It is on Amazon. If you're seeing this video and you're interested, I would go for it. Try it out. If you liked my video as an example for what it's capable of doing, I would give it a shot. They've got free returns. You've really got nothing to lose. Give it a shot, and if you don't like it, send it back. But I just wanted to make sure you guys knew where to go if you were trying to jump on this, because it is a hot item, and it's a new item. So everything that's new, people are going to want. And this is something that Greenworks just hasn't had in their arsenal. So once it becomes common knowledge that they have it, I think it's going to be hard for them to keep it in stock. So get yours while you can. And I would start here on Amazon before you
Just wait for them to post it on Greenworks website.
So that's going to do it. Thanks, guys, for tuning in for another episode of this Surviving the Suburbs series. I appreciate everybody's support. If you like this video, if it was helpful for you, subscribe to the channel, comment below, tell your friends about it. More videos to come, things that I come across that makes life a little bit easier for me to do things while owning a single family home. This is what this channel is all about. Aside from the Tesla and just the fun things that I want to do to that, everything else is home improvement related, and sprinkle in here and there with my family, likes to do when we're hanging out. So again, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys on the other side.